Okay, I am live. I'm sorry, I I forgot that I muted my mic at the beginning. So that's weird. My sound's off. Why is my sound off? I've looked everywhere on the computer except for the place that was obvious, which was actual StreamYards. And yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense now. Right, I do not need the logo there because if somebody comes in and let me see. Oh, my screen share went off as well. There we go. Then yeah, then I will increase this to basically be bigger so you can see what I'm drawing and what I'm doing. And yeah, so I have not drawn anything for ages. I have been working, obviously, and stuff, but none of my work has involved any commissions or like concept design or anything like that. So essentially, I have not drawn anything for a while now, for like a week or two. I don't know. It's Friday, isn't it? Is it Friday? Let me just hover over the. Yeah, it's Friday. So yeah, I have not been on all the way around. Yeah. Goody news though, I might be getting a new drawing tablet soon. So that's something. So this might be different in the future. Instead of like looking at the screen here, I might be looking at the screen like here, drawing on the screen, which will be fun for me. Be fun for me. Might be a bit boring for you guys. Oh, I need the master sketch that I did. Oh, my office somehow gotten even more messy. Put that on my desk. No. I just moved the bogey in my nose by breathing in just there. Sniff. And it made me think I was going to sneeze. Yeah, there are actual spider webs on my pad. On my upper desk. That's how long it's been since I did anything with this picture. So we're going to grab this picture. The master sketch. Because this is not sketch. This is the main event thing. So yeah. Back. So yeah. I've not been doing any drawing at all for a long time. And it kind of sucks because like I really like it, I really do. But you know, there are many things that will prevent you from basically getting motivation to do art again. One of the main things is basically like everybody being stuck and not wanting to do art class. Nobody wants tutoring right now, it seems, which is fine. And I know what that is. So I was like looking at the sketch, looking at the thing, and I was like, why is there not a dome like here? But I know what that is. It's no big deal. Yeah. And also I have had depression, you know, for those who don't know me, that basically like the professor has depression. I got the sads and occasionally get the weepy for no reason. It's super fun, but it does kind of rob you of all motivation. Main things that it's robbing me from motivating me to do at the moment is basically work out and sleep, and drawing. So yeah, so it's a thing. It's a thing. Oh my god, I put little people. I just saw that. That is one good thing about coming back to a drawing that you haven't touched for a while, is that there's people, like, you notice stuff in your picture. And you see this tunnel, the tunnel here? I don't know if you can see the pen. Kind of, yeah, there's people in the tunnel. I actually put people in the tunnel. That's like you. I didn't know I did that. It has been a long time since I've done this, so yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Itchy. Itchy T. Dude, are you going to stick around for a while? Because I can go over the shading thing. I've had like my lesson plan notes on my desk for ages now, so I can go over that. I know you wanted help with shading and stuff, but I can actually go over that. That will actually give me a good warm up if you're okay with it. Oh my god! Stop doing. Do you need, like, would it be easier if you were also talking to me? Because I can enable audio chat in Discord. Yeah. I'm just gonna assume yes, that the "yeah, I'm here" thing means yes to all of what I just said. Okay. Well then, let's big the screen up a little bit. And let's do this. Now, as you can see, the picture is looking pretty good. It looks better with the background picture as well. But I turned it off to do the sketch, to do the sketching of the segments and stuff. Each segment has its own color and everything. Although technically this thing back here, the red segment, is technically, it's two segments. It's three segments. There's this one, there's that one, and then there's this one. I don't know. Again, I can't see if you can see my mouse. Oh, you can just. You can just. So yeah. But no, that's the picture view. So to do the lesson, do shading lesson, like, what exactly did you need help with, or did you just want a basic class? I'm going to switch the background to white. So it's like a whiteboard. Here we go. Pencil. That's a big pencil. That's big. That's too big. That pencil's too big. Teeny pencil. Teeny pencil. And it's on black, which is fine. Right, yeah. Was there anything that you needed specific help with? Nope, I need all of my devices. Look at this brick. Like 3 phones at once. You know? Just a basic thing, I guess, that if something specific comes up, I can delve in from there. Well, cool. Okay, well. I've got my basic representations, like what I need to draw, and I have a whole spiel to go with them, but it's like, you know, completely forgotten. I'll just recreate them and describe them. Okay. Well, basic shading. Well, first of all, you got to figure out where your lighting's coming from. We'll just draw a simple cube. I'm just going to draw a simple cube. So if you're doing like isometric kind of like structures, this cube is bullshit. Wow. I just had super lag on here. I gotta get used to this again. So if you like a simple isometric structure, this looks terrible. This looks absolutely terrible. whatever. It's just basic representation cube. Then say your lighting. So this is a 3D cube, like on the ground, simple lighting. We're just going to say that the lighting is kind of like way up here somewhere. You know, it's way out of frame up there, and so that means that we have to find out parts of these are going to be darker because they're going to be in shadow. And very simple with a with a cube, it's very simple because we're going to have like the top, obviously it's a white cube, so it's going to have nothing, so there's no shading here, zero shading here. And then we're going to say that this side is partially, it's not as well lit as the top, so we're going to give like a shading value of 1. And then we're going to go over here and say this part is completely in shadow, and in fact the shadow is going to be here, but we're going to deal with shadows in a second. So we're going to give this a value of 2. So we basically have what we're going to do with the shading. So we're not going to do anything. It's got a value of 0 up here, so nothing. Got to do nothing with this. So I'm going to give you an example of cross shading. What I call cross shading. I'm pretty sure that somebody else, like one of my teachers, basically described it as cross shading before, although I'm not entirely sure that this is accurate. It doesn't sound right, but it's simple lines, so it's just line shading, I guess. So we're just going to do like just quick and easy, just kind of like super quick shading one side, leaving lots and lots of space for white so that we can actually see it still. This is a lot more easier with an actual pencil. If you're using just a pencil, it depends what you're using as well, the materials you're using as well. But I mean, like this is mainly pen drawing or using this technique on paper, for example. So if you're using pen and paper, then yeah. Why are these not straight? They're way straighter in the example that I drew on actual pen. Ugh. And so that's 1. We're only doing one direction with our lines, and here we've got number 2. So what we do is we just do we go one side again with the lines, and then we do another direction basically. Do you see that? My pen is lagging so bad. So this gives the effect of like it being darker on this side than it is this side because we have more lines. That's what it is. You could do more lines on this side, so like if I did this corner with more lines, then it would make it look a bit darker in the corner. But essentially we've got no lines up here, which means 0, easy. We've got one set of lines this way, so this is our value of one set of lines, and this in this corner is 2, and this side cube is 2 sets of lines in 2 different directions. And that's cross shading. That's very simple. If you're going to add a shadow, it gets a little bit more complicated because you get your darkest shadowed side, in this case being this one. Look, I drew a whole freaking arrow here and it lagged so bad. What the fuck? Hopefully it'll get better. It'll get better. So this is the darkest corner. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically make a shadow on the ground that is with the equivalent of that kind of shading based on what we've got, based on the shape of the cube. Now we said the lighting comes from up here, so that's what this arrow means. It comes from way up there, way out of frame. We can't see the light. It's the sun. It's huge. It's casting a shadow on this thing. So we're going to have the shadow be kind of like, assuming this is the ground, you know, the ground is like here. It's the top of a building, for example. Then using the size of the ground and the shape of the object, we basically got the shadow. We're going to imagine what the shadow is going to look like. So I mean, it will come out here a little bit. It will kind of like do that. And I want to get this side to a little bit in the shadow as well. So not a perfect shadow, but this line we're going to ignore. So we just did that, but we're basically going to ignore that later. Like the 0, 1, and 2, we're going to ignore those later. We're going to erase them, if possible, later. And because we've got 2 levels of shading here, so this shadow is going to be another 2. So we're just going to quickly go over it like that. And there you go, you got simple shading, and that's shadows. That's basically how shadows and shading works. It looks way better in my example. I don't know how big that is on your screen, but in my example, it looks way better. It's crappy on the computer, but honestly, that's shading. Now we're going to go to not geometric shapes. Are you okay with that? Are you following? That's good, right? We're going to move on to contouring shading, and I've got a whole bit of my whiteboard that I'm not using here. Where's my eraser? There's my eraser button. I just want to get rid of this line. Could you take a pic of the sample and upload it as well? I mean, I could. This sample, I'll put it on Discord for you. I'll send it to you on Discord. My little tiny lesson plan. I'll take a picture of it and send it to you on Discord. If you remind me on Discord, then that'd be great. But if I probably would have done it by then. But yeah. But you're following, right? You're getting it. Am I teaching you? Am I teaching you okay? Is it okay? You can, of course, go back and watch this again. Like watch this part again. If you're having trouble with this, if you want to do an example. But this is the basics. This is like mega basics. That's good. I get it now. Okay, so I'm leaving that on screen anyway, and I'm going to go here. So say you want to draw a circle. Oh God, is there a shape button? Is that the shape button? I mean, it worked. It's very, 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 very dark. I'm just going to draw it. I'll figure that out later. Yeah, that's all shaded. So circles suck. Oh my God, pen, what are you doing? Thank you. This is helping me get used to this again, so that's something. So here we got a circle. The best that I can do is like this. Oh my God, horizontal lines. But basic circle, we want to shade the circle. So saying that the light again is way up out of the screen, it's way in the corner up here, and it is on the same plane. You know, it's on the same rooftop as the square that we've got next to it. Then what you do is you want to try to do what we call contour shading, and contour shading. Oh my God, I've got 2 circles here. I've got 2 circles. I've got to draw this twice. Is there a way I could just copy this? Let me just copy this for later. Right. I'll copy that for later. Got it. Right. what you want to do with contour shading is when you've got a object that isn't a cube, where you can't just do flat shading, you know, where it's just like, you know, it's very obvious that this is going to be lit up, this is going to be less lit up, and that's going to be in shadow. It's basically a sides where you're going to have a part of this circle. So this is a sphere. It's a 3D object, but it looks flat because it's got no lighting on it. And what you're going to do is you want to put a shadow on it, preferably over here, because the light is up here. Now, you can't give it one value of shading like you can with the square. So what you're going to do is you can split it into contours. So you can actually split into contours of the sphere itself. And what you're going to do is you're going to basically, with your pencil, or basically with a layer, like another layer if you're working on this kind of program. I'm going to draw this all again just to show you. You're going to mark out the contours of the sphere. So this is the equator line. You don't want to start with the equator line if you're confused or don't know. Oh, that was terrible. Don't know where your contours of the sphere are going to be. So what we're going to do is we're basically going to mirror ball it. We're going to make it into kind of a mirror ball. Where we're going to line up. We're going to make it into a 3D object. That was terrible as well. What is with my pen? It's like it's forgotten all of the pressure gradients. I might have to change the settings or something. That was terrible. But yeah, you make a net over the ball, and then you can actually do for each sector the individual lines like this. You know, the individual, like, sector by sector, go over what values you want in each kind of like a segment of your sphere, of your contoured sphere. But now we've marked out the contour, it's a lot easier than that. It's a lot easier than that. You can basically eyeball it, because you know that from like here, from like this sector up here, this one up here, this square is going to be 0. And you're going to say, give this one a shading value of 2 again, like you've got over here. So what you're going to do is you're going to just, if you want to do the contouring, you're going to follow the contour lines and just add the shading lines like you've done to the cube, and just following this gradient. So basically all of these lines, wait a minute. All of the longitudinal lines and the I know navigation, so this should be really easy, but I don't know what it's called. All of the uppy downy lines going this way, going that way. I drew this. Oh my god. I'm a bit off right now. Give me a break. All of the uppy downy lines going that way are going to get darker to the value 2. So midway they're going to get to 1. So you're just going to have to follow that with the lines. You're basically going to create more lines, and then create less of them as you get to like the middle, for example, or just beyond the middle, and just go down. And as you go this way, all of the side-to-sidey lines, seriously, I know navigation, this would be easy, but it's for some reason really hard to remember these names of the longitudinal, and what's the other one? You know, it's annoying. But yeah, so it's going to get brighter as it goes up. So you're going to end up with more lines on the bottom than you are the top. And as you can see, it's already kind of shading. So you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to follow the lines and just make less of them as you go up, until you basically have a shaded segment of a heavily shaded segment of the actual object. And if you want to go really crazy, then you can add like even more lines afterwards, just to enhance the actual shading on that side, to make it like heavily shaded. Again, following the contours that you've already laid out when you did the net. You did the contour disco bally net that you already did. And there you go, you've got a shaded circle. You've got a shaded sphere. And again, following the whole shadow rule, it's a circle, so you're going to have to copy the circle again on the ground. And you can just do the simple cross shading that you've done here on the ground. Make sure to not go over your circle again. And there you go. You have a 3D sphere shaded pretty nicely. Again, it looks way better. Looks way better in the sketch. I have no idea what's wrong with me tonight, but yeah. And I've done it again, drawn it again without the contouring, just to prove that you can do it without actually having to lay down all of these lines first. You don't actually have to have these contouring lines at all, because by the time you basically practice doing this, you'll eventually figure out, you'll just see it in your head. You'll figure out exactly where the contouring line is supposed to go, and you'll just naturally follow them when you do shading. So I'm gonna do that. So have you got that down? Do you see what I mean by this whole thing? Hopefully the arrows and stuff make sense. That looks crazy good. What, the mini sketch or the actual thing? I've got other tools on here on this program that basically will make it look even better, but I was trying to just do it in pencil, just so that in the pencil mode, so that you can actually, it's a little simpler, and hopefully it gets the message across. But yeah, as long as you get it, that's good, because I'm about to erase it. I'm about to erase the sphere. Should I erase the cube, just so that stays on screen for a bit longer? I'll erase the cube. Bye cube. I'm going to keep that though, because why not? Pencil. So my time pencil, yeah, that's good. Right. Remember we copied it earlier? Well, here it is. Oh, it's over there. Magic trick now. I cloned it. Okay, and I want to merge these layers just so they're not annoying me later. There's my space station. I'm just making sure it's still there. I'm not touching it. It's all good. Right. Okay. So yeah, you'll be able to just do this and figure out like this layout just in your head, just very quickly, by following a line on the side and just kind of like going around the contours without actually doing any of that stuff. And this is how I do a bunch of my shading as well, just when I'm doing just sketching. I basically break it up into geometric shapes, figure out where the contours go, and then you end up with like shadows and stuff. all in the right places. And I can even do the yeah. Actually, my shadow, my fake crappy shadow, doesn't look anything like as good as the other shadow. I really suck at doing shadows sometimes. But whatever, right? I'm just the art teacher. I'm not supposed to know how to do this stuff. Wait. But yeah, and there's it without the coloring, so you still got a bunch of the white lines. You know, the sun is really beaming down on that particular part, and you can see how it can be quite done easily and quickly just by doing that in your head. But you know, if it helps, then it is very easy to just, like, if you're on this program, making another layer so you know where the contours are, and adding all of that shading in, using that as a guide. Again, very, very basic, but you could actually individually go into each segment and color it in almost. Like this one would be a 1, and this one would be a 2. And then you just kind of like do that for the you give each one a value, and then basically just keep going until you know exactly where the shading is. You can do that. It looks a bit more almost digitally done, and it does make everything look a bit more boxy. But you can also increase the amount of contouring that you want to do by increasing the number of lines as well. So you can actually get it so that it's almost perfectly matched the picture. So yeah. Does that help at all? I've also done a cube again at the bottom on my sketch. I don't know why I did that. I think it was just to demonstrate that you can make it look even better in pen, because I've got the cube done twice. I've done the sphere twice, but I've done the cube not cross shading. I did it normal pen shading, but that's very hard to do to demonstrate on the pad. Yeah. I think I'll have a better time winging it. Well, like I said, if you just do the contouring in your head, like I just did here with this circle, then you'll eventually get there anyway. But this is a very, very simple way of doing not geometric shapes, things that don't have hard edges and hard lines, you know. So yeah, it's up to you. You don't have to do this, but it's just a simple tool to help anybody that's got like problems with shading in the first place. I've also done hard shading as well, but it's really tiny, and I don't know why I did it so tiny. But hard shading is literally where you oh my god, I'm gonna get rid of this with my eraser. Giant erasing is literally where what the fuck is that? No, I need that connecting. Yeah. That is a terrible box as well. What is with me? My eraser is huge. I think it's because I'm doing it in one line. I'm not usually like that. I normally do lines like this. Oh my god, my pen doesn't want to cooperate. Yeah, I got a very sketchy line. So yeah, tiny circle is cute. So yeah, Anyway, yeah, hard shading is, oh my god, kind of eraser's bugging me. Is basically this. It's where you get the entire no, stop it. Just um like the entire color. You basically do that. That's hard shading. That's what you get, where you just pack it full of color, and basically you've already given it values, so you know exactly what color it is and stuff. Please, Pembe. It doesn't listen, Jeff. It just doesn't listen. And you do the same thing with the circle. So you kind of like I'm just going to demonstrate on my drawn circle here. Oh my god, I keep thinking of something's crawling out my leg. It's just my hair. Yeah, you get so we've already got like these parts. So we've done the contouring and everything, and we can see that, and that's good. And we kind of like have all of these squares, all of the squares that are very heavily shaded. They're the ones that are going to get this kind of shadow on them. So you basically are just filling out the shadows. Oh my god. It's really not behaving. It's really not behaving tonight. I don't know why. Maybe my computer needs to get used to it again. So that whole section is kind of like heavily shaded. And that's hard shading, where you basically just cover it up completely. And that's why I've done really tiny in the tiny circles. So yeah. So that's more coloring than it is shading, but I mean that's a very hard way of looking at it. But yeah. So that shading. What do you think? Do I have any more notes? No, it's just a spaceship. Oh, that's the password for the, yeah, okay. Yeah. So is there anything else that you need pointers on with this part with shading and stuff? Like I said, you can always go back in the lesson, and I'm saying this not just to DG, but to anybody else that's having trouble with shading and has any other problems. If you want to, you can always go back into these videos. These are live streams, but they're also videos. They get saved as videos. So if you have a problem or if you are having trouble with something, you can always go back and check the lessons and check the parts where I basically explain certain things and go back into them and stuff like that. So, yeah, if anybody has any objections, then please yell at me in the chat, and I will go back and I'll do anything else. As you can see, I've got my scrolling thing on the bottom here, and it will tell you. It tells you that you can always just like yell at me and I will get to anything that you're having trouble with. So yeah, those are the main. That's the main shading basics. There are like obviously like more specific parts of shading that I can get into, but there's a lot of them. Yeah, it will take like a whole week at least to basically get into all of the different kinds of shading with all the different techniques and stuff. So yeah. It's to buffer at certain points. I'm watching the playback on my end, so yeah, you might have to go back to the lesson play. Your internet might not be so good. Also, I only just found out that YouTube and a bunch of streaming sites have started to, because of the virus stuff, they've started to slow down their services just a little bit, just to help with all of the amount of traffic that they've got, which makes sense. It might be because I need a new nib. I don't know. You know, the reason for my pen being stupid. Right. Like I said, if you got any problems, then let me, and I will try to. I'll remember to drop you that Discord picture. In fact, I probably could do that now. Oh my god. Let's just quickly. It's not, it's trash here. Sorry. Beep. I got a picture. It looks so orange. Ha! I opened my Discord and you're already on my Discord like right away. Beep. 3.8 megabyte picture, really? Yeah, I'm sorry. Why I don't know why it looks so orange. As you can see, it's not very orange in here. The camera just made it look orange. Weird. And it's sending on Discord now. So you was like, it's okay, dude. It's okay. I get it. It's no big deal. Right, so I've got a few minutes still. I can easily. It's taking a while to send. What why that is? Beep, beep. It looks weird in black and white, or with the white background. What's this? What the fuck? Oh, okay. Oh my god, that frightened me. That frightened me so bad. Okay, the picture said apparently. Neat. Okay, so if I change the color, then it should be okay. It should be go back to normal. Yep, see, it's not there. It's not there. Whatever that was, it's not there. Okay. Okay. Right. So from what I remember, the space station is almost complete. We literally have to add just the we're adding the background elements, and because these segments were kind of more background than they were foreground, you know, we're only seeing like 50% of these segments, or less than 50% of these segments. So I just put them as one color. You know. We might do that. We might continue to do that because, no, actually, the dome is huge, and you can see a lot of it. So, yeah. I'll just quickly change my screen size because then you can see what I'm talking about. So as you can see on the space station that we've done so far, this is the master sketch of what I was doing. And we are doing, where's my pen? There it is. We're doing that. We're doing that dome now, and maybe the another habitat segment on the back there. Now, if you can see by the plans, there is a big square habitat segment just here, and there's the dome. So we're going to be doing that, and hopefully we'll get that done tonight. Before I have to go, I've got to go in for dinner in around about half an hour time. So yeah, thank you for the lesson plan. Like I said, it was just my sketch that I just like. I didn't know what I was going to say. But I did know that I was gonna have to draw these, and I was just making sure that I wrote it down, you know, drew it down for you, Itchy. So yeah, and I've done it again. So yeah, what's for dinner, Tom? I don't know. I've either got pie, and I don't know if I'm going to have pie because that takes a while to cook, or I've got pita bread. Pita bread melts, cheesy pita bread melts. One of those. So yeah. So we're going to draw the dome. But I don't know yet. Right, so done. It's got a dish on top of it. It's exciting. I was going to put the dish on top of the tower, but I thought that I just got some antenna there instead. I didn't put a dish on top of that. Right. What color are we going to go for? Green? Oh no, the shell base green. Okay. Well, light green, neon green, grass green. It's a habitat dome, so it's just a segment, so that makes sense. So how much of it can you see? So according to the plan, there's a part of this that juts out and connects to the dome itself, which is fine. It's to okay, I get it. Oh, there's an octagon at the top of it. So okay, gotta figure this out. We were gonna make our own pizzas, but that apparently they're low on flour, so we're gonna order it. You're just gonna order pizza. I have not ordered in yet. I was gonna do that, but I have not ordered in yet. And I've heard a bunch of people basically tell me that they've like ordered in and stuff. It's going to be a thick segment like this one, a thick connector tube. So yeah, but I really do want to order in at some stage. I just don't know when we're going to do that because I want to do that when we've got something new to watch. You know, that's when we order food. We basically whenever we've got something new to watch. Okay, so that's one piece of the giant octagon. So it's an octagonal structure, very much like this. Is that octagonal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Yeah. So lots of octagonal structures. This station brought to you by the Umbrella Corporation. Because umbrellas are octagonal. Fun fact, I worked for the Umbrella Corporation before the Umbrella Corporation was a thing. You can make your own, you can make this into a t-shirt design. You'll totally get it as a zip-up hoodie. T-shirt design. I've been thinking about like doing merch for stuff, and I just don't know. I mean, I used to have a Patreon. Nobody did anything with it. Yeah. I had a thing. Oh, what's it called? I had an Etsy store, and nobody bought anything. So I'm just not. I just don't know if I should ever attempt to do anything like that again. So I'm just trying to figure out where the dome parameters are. Because for me, it just doesn't seem to be in the cards. You know, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Okay. These dome proportions look a bit odd. They look way better in the sketch. Why does it look way better in the sketch? I don't know. That looks a bit weird. That dome looks a bit weird. This one looks fine, but then again, it's a what's it called? It's a squished semicircle. I don't think that when I worked at the Umbrella Corporation, it wasn't called, you know, that wasn't its slogan. I think it was just called the Umbrella Corporation. It wasn't called the Umbrella Corporation. It was just called the Umbrella. Do you know why? Because it was an actual business. It was an actual thing. You know, it wasn't trying to sound like some evil corporation. It's just not what it was. It was actually just an international kind of like think tank and archiving website. And then Resident Evil happened. Yeah, this just looks too thick on this side. I think that's what the case is. I think it's just these lines that are bugging me. I think I need a finer eraser. Yeah, that looks way better. Just taking off the extra thickness. You remember the Etsy store? Well, yeah, it still exists, but it's not open. According to my computer, it still exists, but it just isn't open because nobody gave a shit. I'm not bitter, honestly. I'm just nobody gave a shit. So yeah, this dome is set up into like segments itself, and it's not really a true. It's not really that dome-like. I don't know how to describe it. Like halfway down, it's got like a yeah. It's definitely segmented. It's made up of curved pieces of like a transparent metal or transparent metal polymer. I don't know. Future tech stuff. It's made of future tech stuff that works future tech wise stuff. and they're not curved all the way around. They're just curved, yeah, and they join up in the corners. So yeah, I've got to figure out how to do that. I've got to figure out how to color that in. It's going to be fun. It's going to be super fun times. But yeah, I mean, that kind of looks like the basic general structure. I just think it's like too offset. I don't know how to fix that. Yeah, but that was like making someone into a furry, not your design on clothing, and you didn't have this software back then either. I just don't want to get disappointed again, dude. You know. I keep trying new stuff and it doesn't work out. And what's really annoying is that I keep seeing everybody else succeed. And that sucks. Because I'm happy for them. But at the same time, I don't want to feel resentful towards them, you know? Anyway, psychological lessons aside, I can actually fix this. I think. Without touching the tower. Right. Oh my god, that would look so much better if it was there. Also, should I make it bigger? I think I should just make it bigger. I think that's what was bugging me about it. Not huge, I just want it to be the same size as the other dome, but it's taller. That looks good. Itchy back! I love the color green, yay! That's green, is really badass. Is this from the book series you made, or random design? I haven't made a book series. I have described and written down various aspects of a race called Taraxians. However, this is just a space station designed based on the new hotel for the sci-fi convention. Yeah, this picture, I should have said that from the beginning. These pictures, the past series of me doing these pictures, look at how cool that is. I like it when it does the wavy line thing. Yeah, this drawing series is my contest entry into the art contest of the sci-fi convention that I go to, because I can't enter it because I'm not staff anymore. So I can actually enter the competition, the art competition, and yeah. So my entry is going to be this picture, and this picture, like I said, is based off of the hotel design layout, because we're going to a different hotel this year. By the way, I didn't quit my job or anything at the convention. I have my job at the convention. I can enter the competition. I just don't have all of the jobs that I did have at the convention. I'm not doing security at this time. I will be just doing the office management stuff. And that's actually how I found out I can actually enter into the competition. So I was like, yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna have like a section here where the door, where the tube intersects. There we go. That looks straight, kind of. Ugh, it's got a dish. Why did I put a dish on it? So yeah. So the new hotel is vast. It's more spread out than the current hotel that we went to this year for the sci-fi convention. Instantly, I've got a picture. I did draw that into a spaceship as well, but I decided to draw it as a space station because this hotel that we used to be at, the Grand Harbour Hotel in Southampton, is basically, I turned that into a ship as well, if you remember these pictures. Because if you actually saw the hotel itself, you would know that it kind of looks like a spaceship. It's weird. So I designed it to a spaceship. And because this new hotel is bigger and it basically is spread out more, I designed it into a space station, even though I haven't been there yet. And yeah, because it's more spread out, I made it into a space station instead of a spaceship. And that's what we're doing. We're designing this space station. Well, we're drawing the space station based off of that premise. And yeah, I'm going to make a proper painting and actually going to send it into art competition to see how it does. So, yeah. So I started drawing this spaceship. Zoom out a bit so you can see it. This space station, and the whole idea for this space station is oh, I've got to do this. I'm just keeping track of all the colors I'm using for in case I need to make alterations. They're down here, so I can just pick them up and then I can make alterations and stuff. So yeah, the general idea is that this space station is going to be here, and we're going to have the old spaceship like over here somewhere, kind of like going that way, like flying away from it after docking and kind of dropping us all off at the new place. So yeah. I did have a background picture as well, because I'm not gonna do the whole spacescape thing, but that's going to be in the background as well. But I put it there just for placement and for lighting reference, because the lighting is kind of like really nice on this planet. That planet, by the way, if I can get it clear, that planet, by the way, is one of the TRAPPIST planets, I think. It's a concept painting, digital painting of one of the TRAPPIST planets. A potential habitable planet in the TRAPPIST section. But yeah, I had that on my computer, and I just put it in the background while I was doing the early stages of the sketch. But as you can see, it kind of got in the way of the habitat section because I used blue for some reason, and it doesn't look so good when it's right there. So I just got rid of it for now. But I'm gonna while doing painting, or after I've done the painting, I'm going to position that behind the picture so that we can make it look like it's orbiting that planet or something. I don't know. What do you think? How come you're not staffed this time? Oh my god, just the security. I kept getting blamed for stuff that just isn't my fault. So I said to myself, if I'm going to get blamed for something, then I'm going to get blamed for the stuff that is my fault. So I'm the office manager. I manage the office for the crew of the sci-fi convention, and do like printer maintenance and organize the competition. I basically, that's really funny, and I'm really hoping that's not going to hinder me, because I used to be one of the judges for the art contest. I'm not going to be a judge just for that one contest, but I also am one of the people that basically arranges who wins certain contests and stuff. Like there's a literature competition and all that stuff. There's even fancy dress contests and stuff, but they usually get rated by the guests, whoever the guest is. But yeah, so I'm drawing a satellite dish, and I made it smaller. I'll make it bigger. Make it big, make it big, big. Big boy satellite dish. There we go. Such a sick idea. I think it's. Well, I thought it's funny. I thought it was funny when I made the current hotel to a spaceship, but when I was designing this one, it was kind of hard, because I actually got into how it work, you know. And this is the best I come up with. But no, we'll have lights on for the segments. My eraser's too big. Why is my eraser too big? Hey, stop it. It's still erasing. I'm telling it not to erase anymore. But there we go. We got the dome. Yeah. So, the dome. Well, I hope you enjoy messing with the office more. Well, again, I don't have to deal with a lot of the bullshit of the. I got moaned at a lot, you know. I kept getting moaned at, and since I was being paid to do this as a job, it was like, yeah, especially by the people that run the actual event, the head people in charge of the event, kind of jerks, kind of assholes, which is a shame. But what are you gonna do? But yeah, this part's gonna be shade. These segments, it's supposed to be all transparent, but these segments are going to be very, very, very reflective, because that's where the lighting is going to come from. But these segments are going to be almost completely transparent, so I need to figure out what kind of detail I'm going to have there. It's just a park area. It literally is just a bunch of chairs and a grassy area, because this dome represents the outside of the main cafe of the actual hotel. So yeah, because it has for those. it's a really nice hotel. The new place is really a really nice hotel. So yeah, I kind of don't know if I should start like just putting a quick kind of like thing, because there's like a building. So I'm just seeing how much detail I can get into this one little panel, just this one. You can get some detail. See, I put people in it, and I've got little tiny tables and chairs and stuff. I'm just going to keep this blank and maybe like do like another segment. Like you can see it, like the inside of another segment, maybe just here. And they've got bushes, so that just like that separate the the grassy bit from the not grassy bit, so that you don't accidentally walk right into the glass. You don't touch the glass. Do not touch the glass. It is glass. Oh, it's a glass polymer thing. But yeah, we're just gonna very very briefly like kind of understate a little bit of the interior. You know, we're gonna just not do much about that. We're gonna have reflectiveness on top of here. I might even include a bit of reflection just on this bit or on this bit. It'll be this bit of like the tower. So I might just include some of the color palettes of the tower just here. So I'm just adding that into the sketch, just understate it a little bit. Again, the understatement. Just so I know what to do there. And kind of do like a similar thing just here. Just a stretched out reflection of the tower. Since it's very, very reflective. So yeah. But there's no reflection here because it's going to be just stars. So I guess I should do some kind of like maybe even a lens flare or something. Just kind of like a color lens flare or something here. But we'll do that the color pass when we do the colors, when we do the color changes and the lighting changes and stuff, which is going to be a different layer. This is just structural, simple stuff that we're doing in the regular layer. So yeah. So we got the dish, we got everything we need for this structure. So that's good. It's good. Okay, so excuse me. I'm going to use this purple color. I could have just gone down to the bottom and used it from the bottom because it's where is it? Yeah, there it is. Beep. And we're gonna add the final segment, and then we are done with all the segments. I'm gonna go make my food. My food. I had a couple of burgers for lunch. I'm still yeah. I'm still kind of like semi indigestion-y from that. Now this segment is basically it's very, very not seen. It's underneath the dome in the sketch. I don't know if you can how well you can see that, but it's just underneath the dome in the sketch. So essentially, it's just a line, which is, I guess, it just is literally just here. Technically, it's connected to that, but you can barely see it, and it's got rows of windows going down here like that. So you can't really see it, but as long as it's there, I will make a different change to the color. Yeah. Okay. So that's cool. We basically did it. We've done the station. The station is done. What do you think, guys? Am I missing anything from the station itself? Because now we've got to figure out exactly where if we have done the station like fully now. Oh, I've got to save. Save. I can hear the hard drive like oh, I'm gonna save. Help. So yeah, we've done a station now. I can't think of what else we're going to add. So now we've got to figure out exactly where we're going to put. Where exactly we're going to put the spaceship and what orientation it's going to be and everything, and that's going to be a pain in the butt. Should I do that now, or should I do that in the next one of these? It's going to be over here, but I don't know what it's going to be doing. So yeah. I can't see anything that I've missed out from the original station. In fact, we've got lots of stuff added from the original station. So added from to other walkway that you can see people in it, and you can kind of see people in here. Kind of gives an actual some life to the whole picture. At least it will when I draw it, when I paint it and everything. It looks so sick already. Well, it's literally the finished touch to the whole thing. So yeah. It's a McDonald hotel in space. McDonald hotels are like kind of fancy pants spa hotels, kind of almost country club-ish kind of stuff. In the UK, they actually have some city hotels as well, so they're not always like in the middle of nowhere kind of resort hotels, But that's what it is. It's going to be a representation of a McDonald hotel in space. So yeah. But I think it looks cool. I do like that I've got the I do like that I've just added the reflective tower. I think that's pretty cool. At least it will look cool when I do the color and everything. It does make me wonder, should I add the reflection of the tower on here? Oh no, you won't be able to see it. It should be, because it will be here. Or should I add it on this one? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know how that would look. Let's have a look. Doesn't mean I've got to save it again. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm just going to add other reflections, like this dome is reflecting in it. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I think it looks good. That one's all reflection. Then you can't see into that one. I think I might even light it up. I don't know, but if I did want to put reflections on it, I'm gonna put reflections on it like that. Like a lot of these windows are gonna be illuminated when we do the actual like painting. We're gonna actually illuminate some of these windows. I've got to remember that every other window, every other square, rectangle is a window. Not every single one of them. Every other one is a window. So yeah, that's gonna be annoying. Yeah. Might even illuminate the walkway, but I'm not entirely sure yet. Maybe I'll illuminate half of the window of the walkway, or and give it. I don't know. There's always a thing in spacecraft. Whenever you show a spacecraft, or like say like Star Trek or something, you have like the windows are just white light. They're just lit up, and you don't know why, because surely you'd be able to see something inside there and everything. But the thing is that you have to remember that in space is very dark. It's black. You know, it's the great void. It's blackness. You know, you can only see little pinpoints of starlight and stuff. So whenever there is a light source, it's going to be huge compared to what you're looking at. So that's why they basically depict most spacecraft with having just whenever they have windows in the spacecraft, they're just white. You know, they're lit up and they're white because that's all you can see. It's blinding in there compared to outside where there's no light. So yeah. So I'm just debating whether to actually just light up the entire corridor or if I should actually show the people that we've got in there and stuff. To be honest, the people in here are looking a bit too big, but I can always argue that the glass is kind of like magnifying them a little bit. Because these two dots are people, these two dots are people, that one dot is supposed to be a person. But if that was the size of people, then that would mean that these shuttles are kind of like really tiny. You know, you get one or two people in each shuttle. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, I think we'll leave it here. I think we'll leave it here, and then we'll carry on and next time, and we'll decide exactly what we're doing with the spaceship. I wanted to go here, or maybe even further in the distance. This is what we're deciding. It's either going to be here, or it's going to be like here and bigger. I just decided which one it is. It just docked here, and now it kind of like moved off, and it's just flying this way. So we're mostly going to see the rear of the spaceship with its 3 huge engines. Again, the spaceship looks like this. I'm gonna let me show my camera. My Bigly camera. There we go. Yeah, there's the spaceship. That's what it looks like from the front. That I basically started drawing the front of the hotel because it's got this big giant kind of like pyramid, And then I added engines onto the bottom of it, and I kind of like then drew a picture of the spaceship version of the hotel. That's what it looks like. So I was like, yay! And I've got a more detailed sketch of it in here because I'm sure I posted it to. Yeah, got the side view of the spaceship as well, with the massive engines. Anyway, yeah, so that's going to be flying away. It's like docked, it dropped us off, and now it's flying away. Dude, that's a, you're using sick a lot. You're using the word sick a lot. I don't know how I feel about that. Sick, bro. It's sick, bro. Shut up. No, you won't. I'm not actually that outside at all. So yeah. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing next time. We're going to figure out exactly how we're going to draw that, because that in itself is a whole different spacecraft. So it's an ordeal. It's not an ordeal. It's going to be fine. I'm sure it's going to be fine. Right. So yeah, I'm gonna go. But again, thanks for joining me. I really hope that I saved everything I needed to save before I just shut it down, because I didn't hit. Oh, I didn't save the reflection. Doesn't matter. What? It's funny. Reading the word itchy has made me itchy in certain places. Is that weird? Yeah. Right, so I don't know when I'll be back to do this again. I'm hoping to do it tomorrow, although I'm going to be, I might be doing something else, so I might not be able to do another live stream tomorrow for this channel. But yeah, I might be streaming tonight on my other channel, so hopefully I'll see you there. But until then, enjoy your pizza, dude. I'm gonna go find something to eat. I might just have another burger. The pie seems like it might take too long. I don't know. But yeah, until then, guys, yeah, if anybody else is watching this on playback, then feel free to ask me a question in the comments below, or basically just join me next time and go into the chat room, and hopefully I'll be able to help you with whatever you have a problem with your drawing. Or if you're using this software, then basically also this software, because I'm figuring it out. Let's figure it out together. It's way more fun to figure out things together. Anyway, toodles for now, and yeah, class dismissed.